Hi friends, welcome to episode 29, testing new makeup. I got PR from Salt, New York. I have the new Glaminatrix Barley Basic palette, so we're gonna play with some makeup. If you guys are curious, just keep watching. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I do post quite often, so highly recommend subscribing, turning on the bell so you're notified every time I post, and without further blabbering, let's get into it. I did end up being able to pick out more things from Salt, New York. So they sent me some more shades of their hydrating skin tint. I also have their best case concealer, which I haven't tried yet. And then I got some more shades of their cream and lip products, their multi-purpose products. So if you haven't heard of Salt, New York before, here on my channel or anywhere else on the internet, they make these really cool pans like this, and then you can like customize it. So I actually tried Salt New York way back in the day, and I have kept this empty magnetic palette through so many declutters, and it's such a full circle moment because I got to meet the owner in New Orleans this year. So anyway, long story long, I found my old little compact thing that I had bought with my own money, and then I think I got the black one in New Orleans. So I'm super duper excited because now I have a whole bunch of new pans to put in there. So the shade they gave me in New Orleans is shade 6, and I requested shade 5 and 7. So I have the shade next to it that's light and dark. So let's see. Obviously I'm not going to be the lighter shade right now, but I was curious. Oh no! Oh, it's fine. It had like melted a little bit. I was like, oh no, I'm so sad. Okay, so we have shade 7. I have shade 6. And let's see what 5 looks like, because I believe they have it numbered backwards. So the lower numbers are the deeper shades. So there's shade 5. This is shade 6. And then this is shade 7. I can see a subtle difference between the 3 shades. I ran out the door this morning and I forgot to put on any like lotion. No hydration on my skin because I was in a rush with the kiddos. So let's just throw on a little bit of the Glow Recipe foam primer. And it's like so hydrating, so that'll give me a nice bit of hydration that I need. Okay, so I decided to use a Real Techniques brush. This is a foundation brush, and it's almost like a beauty blender because I can just like pounce it all over my face. I have tried this product before, just not this shade. So, or if I have tried it, it's been way too long since I remember initially trying it. But the first time I tried it on camera, I thought it had really good coverage. I just wanted to see what the other shade options were. And now that I'm a little bit more tan because of the summer, I think it was a good time to try it. I just realized that I was telling you guys I got shade 5 and 7 in the mail, but I actually just put shade number 6 all over my face. So that's the one I've been using this whole time. I feel like such a dingbat, but also I think the shade match is still great. So I don't know what I was worried about, but there it is. Oh my gosh, I feel so silly. Now we're gonna try the Best Case Concealer, and I have the shade number 8. So I did go a shade lighter than what I would wear for a foundation, just to have like a bit of a brightening effect. So we'll see if my plan worked out the way it's supposed to. For some reason this looks very cool tone in the pan, but let's grab it on this brush and see how it looks under the eyes. I'm just gonna do one eye first, and then I'll do the other eye. Grandparents are playing down here because my older daughter is napping, which never happens. Okay, so this is the side without concealer. This is like with concealer. Do you guys notice a difference at all? Because I'm definitely seeing a difference. So I didn't try the concealer before. This is my first time trying it. It's all very like dewy looking, which is not really my vibe. But I know that I can set it all down with some powder, which I'll probably do afterwards. And I know that a lot of you really like this kind of glowy glass skin look, so I'm giving it a go. We'll see. It's not my first time wearing the salt stuff, but I feel like I still am just not super used to seeing my face super dewy like this. Anyways, I'm going to take my little bronzer brush that I've been using for cream products, and I already had their cream bronzer, so I'm just going to take some and I'm just going to use it. This is the brush I use with my Say Beauty liquid blush, so figure it'll work for cream as well. It's nice and thick. It's actually a foundation brush as well from Real Techniques, and I'm just repurposing it because it's so dense that it makes digging into cream products easier to do because the bristles are not as flimsy, so they hold up really nicely when you push them into a cream product. It makes it easy for me to blend cream products, so I feel like I'm being super savage with the way I'm blending this very aggressively, but these creams are very dense, so I feel like I really have to like dig into the pan to pick anything up. So I think that looks pretty good. I'm probably gonna layer on a powder bronzer as well, just to kind of help set this cream bronzer. I'm gonna use an oldie but a goodie. This is the Physicians Formula bronzer. Just kind of using it to set the cream. I don't always do this step, but I have been doing it a lot recently because I like setting my liquid bronzers with a powder. And then I've been finishing my face off with the Rare Beauty powder. This is in the shade Golden Tan. They did send this to me, and I just take this giant Sigma brush and just kind of run it all over my face, and I think that helps kind of tone down the glowiness as well, which I really don't mind because I'm not a big fan of, again, very dewy skin at the moment. So now that that's done, that's pretty much my base. I'm gonna put on some eyeshadow primer, do my brows, and then we're gonna get into the eyeshadow, and then I'll pick out a blush shade and lip color and stuff like that based off of whatever eyeshadow look I end up with. Okay, so I have brows on, I have primer on. Let's go ahead and play with the Barley Basic palette. I do have swatches I want to show you guys as well as close-ups. When I heard Glaminatrix was coming out with a new palette, I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder what they're gonna do. I was not expecting a kind of neutrally palette. This is definitely a great name for this palette, Barely Basic, because it has the vibes of like grunge, and it's honestly like a little bit perfect for fall. I would have probably included some red shades, and I guess, okay, when it comes to fall, there's a lot of shades that remind me of fall, and I'm definitely not one of those people that thinks that you can only wear certain colors in the fall, but there's definitely a color palette, right? And I feel like this definitely works with that. So if you are a fall girly, if you love and live pumpkin spice lattes, this palette might be the one for you. It's swatched beautifully, so it's got 3 rows of mattes. We've got like a gradient going on, and then we have a row of like iridescence, and we have a row of beautiful shimmer shadows. So it's got a little bit of everything. I think it's so beautiful. So this palette retails for $64, which I think is a great price. Perfect for creating everything from daytime looks to dramatic evening glam. Use our colorful iridescent toppers to transform your neutral glam into a look that is barely basic. So like I said, they offered this up as a pre-order when they initially revealed the palette. The biggest thing is like, what kind of look are we gonna do? I feel like I've done so many kind of neutrally colors and like neons recently. I think maybe we should do some burgundy shades. I think that would be really fun and something I haven't done in a while. Plus I'm feeling inspired by this headband, so let's do it. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a E28 from Sigma and I'm gonna go in to the shade called Holy Grail. It's a really pretty dark like burgundy shade, and I'm just gonna kind of press that into the outer half of my eye crease and a little bit on the lid, and then I'll take a little bit more and I'm just gonna put a little bit on the inner corner as well. Just gonna do like a bit of a spotlight eye or like a halo eye. I don't do these often, so I'm trying to switch it up. Let's see. This shade is so beautiful. It's so pigmented. It is layering so nicely on the eyelid as well as the crease. It's so pigmented. I love what they said about this palette, that it's like great for kind of everyday, but it's also so glam, so might be a really good like palette if you're looking for something like indie that's like everyday. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the shimmers. I think I might go in with this shade called Viral. It has like a beautiful peachy flip to it. I think it might be a fun switch up from going with the shade called Hashtag, because it's kind of like laid out like you could pair these shades together, but I think I want to switch it up and go with Viral. So let's see how that applies and then we'll do some blending. Right now I'm just kind of putting everything where I want it to go. I was thinking, should I use glitter glue, but I feel like this formula will pick up really nicely and foil really well if I just wet it. So let's try it out and see. Oh, that's so pretty. Look it. Okay, I might have to use my finger. Oh yeah. Here I was thinking that the brush was gonna do it, but look at it. Isn't it so gorgeous? Oh my gosh. That is so effortless. I'm just patting. Honestly, if you guys watch me, you know I hate using my fingers to do any kind of makeup really. But this metallic is like blending out so beautifully all over the lid, which doesn't always happen. They can be kind of finicky. The only thing I messed up is I got a little bit on the lower lash line because my finger is so fat. It's like getting it everywhere, but oh my gosh, that is so pretty. I'm gonna use this shade called Comment. It's like a pretty terracotta brown shade, and I think that might go really nicely with the shimmer. So I'm just gonna use this little detail blending brush to go back and forth between the darker like aubergine shade that I used on the inner and outer corners. I'm gonna go back into the eggplant kind of color and just kind of amping it up on the inner corner, and I'm gonna go back into Comment and just blend a little bit more, and then I'm gonna take the brush and just kind of amp it up a little bit more on the outer corner as well. I want to do a mom chat video so bad with you guys because I haven't done one in so long, and I just love chatting about motherhood with my people on the internet. My internet friends, I want to talk to you because I feel like so much has changed and I haven't done a mom chat in so long. So if you guys have any suggestions on topics, I honestly just kind of want to vent about like all the mom things. Like My kids don't sit still. What's up with that? Oh my gosh. It's like I'm always the one mom with the wild kids that are like screaming. And I swear there's like a stereotype saying like little girls, they're so cute, they just want to play with dolls all day. Not my kids. Not my kids. Those are some other people's mythical, magical kids. Okay, I really love how dramatic this turned out. So let me line my waterline quick so we can finish up the lower lash line. Okay, so I just used my Makeup by Mario eyeliner, and now I want to do the lower lash line. I did drag a little bit of Holy Grail from the outer corner down into the lower lash line. And I think that's about where I want to keep it. I don't want to bring it in so that it deepens up the entire look. So I think I'm going to go into the shade called Pumpkin Spice right here. Of course there's a shade called Pumpkin Spice. I should have known. I clearly didn't read all the names of the shades while I was swatching them. So I'm just going to run that on the lower lash line all the way up and down just to kind of blend out that darker shade. And yeah, it looks pretty grungy and smoky. I can't get over the shade Viral. It looks so cool with this color scheme. And I think I'm going to have to take a little bit of the shade Holy Grail and just put a little bit right here just so that my eye look matches from the top and the bottom so that there's like continuation there in the inner corner as well as the outer corner. So I think that looks really cool. Okay, so I wised up and I put everything in this empty palette really quick. Now I did get this shade Persimmons from Salt because I've been like eyeing it. It's like a really pretty, oh my gosh, can I just do a good job of showing it to you? It's like a corally shade. And then I got a highlighter from them, a different color. This is called Radiant Gold. So it's a bit of a darker highlighter, but I thought it would be beautiful on my skin tone. So we'll see. I kind of want to mix these two and create a blush highlighter combo. So let's see if I can do that. I'm just going to take this Sigma brush that I've been using for my cream blush, and I'm going to go into the highlighter. Then I'm going to go into Persimmon, and I'm just going to, that is so pretty. It's like already radiant, but I can see the mix. I can see the gold come through. And I'm just going to put a little bit on because I feel like I've been just like doing the most with blush recently and it's just too much sometimes. So I'm just going to try and keep it a little bit subtle. I think the Salt blushes are my favorite product that they do. I just feel like they're so natural looking. And she's got so many pretty shades. I'm sure you guys saw some of the other colors I got when I requested more shades, but I grabbed all the dark shades that they have that I thought would look good with my skin tone. But how cute is Persimmons mixed with that highlighter? I think it looks so pretty. And I'm going to just take this Sigma highlighter brush and just go into the highlighter. And I'm just going to add a little bit on the high points into the brow bone, just a little bit. But I do have a lip combo from Glaminatrix because they recently-ish launched a couple of lip products, so let's try those out as well. These shades go together really well, so let's go ahead and apply them on the lips. Okay, the lip liner was so creamy. Okay, the lipstick is super creamy too, so this is a really pretty nude combo. I'm just gonna throw on a little bit of Candy Sky from Lawless. They just sent this to me, and I thought, oh, that's so pretty. It's a sparkly, forget the filler, lip gloss, and it pairs so beautifully with this lipstick from Glaminatrix, and it just gives it a little bit of sparkle. So super subtle, but since we're testing new makeup, I thought why not throw that on as well. Okay friends, here is the finished look. What do we think? I always love to hear your thoughts down below, so leave me a comment and let me know what you're feeling. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about all of my thoughts on the new products I tried today. So as far as everything from Salt New York, I had a lot of fun. I will say my favorite is definitely the blush, and I love the highlighter mixed in with that. That was a fun trick. I've never tried that before, so I will definitely be playing with that shade some more. And I have other blushes too, like this cool red one I have tried from them already because that's the one I picked out for New Orleans when they gave me PR. But I have these two shades now to play with too, and that's the beautiful highlighter I used today. So I will link as much as I can down below. I also do have an affiliate code with Salt New York. It's just KHMAKEUP, same as all the other indie brands that I have codes with. But I'm so pumped about having even more blush shades. I'm trying to think if I should just put everything in that ColourPop palette or keep them in these separate little compacts. But this is like so handy for travel because you can just put like 4 shades in there and zip it up and you're good to go. So that is another plus point to the Salt New York thing. I will say I'm not 100% on the foundations yet. I think the color match is fine, but it's so hot out there. I don't know how well this is gonna last, but I think once I set it with a powder, it does look a little less dewy. It's still quite glowy, and I'm feeling the vibes, but I just feel like I love being matte. So we'll see how all that goes, but everything went on very easily. It's quite effortless. The concealer, I definitely feel like I need a little more coverage. It's a very like emollient formula, so I feel like it did sink into my skin, but it's definitely giving me some coverage. It's not like I have no coverage at all. So overall, I think they're nice. I definitely need to try them out some more before I can 100% recommend. But I definitely love the blush in Persimmon, the Gold Radiant highlighter, as well as the cream bronzer. All of those were really, really easy to use and super beautiful and worked well with my skin tone. So happy about that. Now let's go ahead and talk about the new products from Glaminatrix. So honestly, I really was excited to try their new lip products. I think they have like 3 shades of lip liner and 3 shades of lipstick. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it's fun to actually be able to see them in person and try them out. So the lipstick is very creamy. It is not tuggy at all. It's definitely that creamy matte formula, so that's cool. I really like this component. I haven't seen one like this, I don't think ever, so that's super cute. The lip liner is nice. You guys know me, I'm not really like a lip liner gal, but it was a nice creamy lip liner, and it's definitely more my preference. It's not a very tuggy lip liner, so that made me happy. I know some people really like the wooden lip liners. This is a sharpen pencil thingamajiggy, but it doesn't feel like wood. I don't know. Listen, I don't know the mechanics of the lip liner, but it's not like a wood pencil lip liner. It is a pencil lip liner, but it's not a wooden one, if that makes any sense. Now, as far as the eyeshadow palette goes, I did grab some of their more neutrally palettes for comparison. So this is their Rich Romantics palette. I think they came out with this either last year or the previous year, and you know, it does have those iridescent shadows. We also have more rosy tones in this palette, so I just thought sometimes seeing things like side by side is super helpful when people are trying to decide like which palette to pick up. I like the packaging on both of these. If you want more grungy tones, this palette does have those mattes as well as some more shimmer options for you. But if you like the shades in here and you don't feel like you need any more, you'll be okay there, just sticking with that one. So this is the Sugar and Spice palette. As you can see, again, just kind of grungy shades, but more cool tone. I think these would actually pair really well together as well if you want to like combine them and do a look. And then of course, I think this is a very popular palette of theirs. This is Nearly Neutral, and I'm not sure if this one got discontinued and that's why they're doing Barely Basic, but I just felt like I was getting similar vibes, so I thought I would show them to you side by side. So this way, if you guys are on like a low buy or a no buy and you're trying to decide and you're trying to shop your stash, hopefully it helped to kind of see these ones against this new palette. So those are my comparisons that I wanted to share with you guys. Now, like I said, I don't know exactly when this is launching. I know it's sometime in the next couple of days, so I'll have this video up for you guys. This was sent to me by the brand. I am an affiliate of the brand, so if you use my code KHMAKEUP on their website, you can save, and I will make a small commission as well. As far as this particular palette goes, everything was so beautiful. I think the formula is amazing. The mattes were so blendable, and they built so nicely. They were so easy to work with. I really like the little gradient that they did with the mattes, so that's super cute. The metallics are stunning. I mean, the shade on my eyes, Viral, is so gorgeous, and I love the iridescent shadows as well. So if you want to do something a little bit more simple, you can always just go with one of these shades all over the lid, or even one of the sparkly shades. I think you won't be disappointed. If you're feeling a matte moment or something a little less intense, you can always just focus on the matte rose. So this has something for everyone, and it's a great palette for neutral lovers as well as color lovers, because you can really switch things up with iridescent shadows and mixing things together. So I feel like you're getting a lot of bang for your buck, and I really had a lot of fun putting this entire look together. So that is it for Testing New Makeup, episode number 29. Next one's gonna be 30. I can't believe it. So we'll have to see what products come my way to test. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will catch you guys in another video very, very soon. Just want to remind you guys, my August monthly giveaway link is live. It's in the description box if you want to go ahead and enter for the month of August. I have not drawn July's winners yet, so I will do that in the next week or so, hopefully. I just have not had the time to sit and sort those boxes out, but I will pick the winners and contact you, so keep an eye on your email if you did enter. Thank you guys, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye, friends!